When it comes to your money, there is always more you could do to ensure that you are handling it right. Frugal living is one of the ways you can get the most out of your money for less. And if you think you have seen everything regarding frugal living, think again. Here are some habits we've adopted to make sure we are spending less with every passing day. Number 10. Embrace the sun. The idea here is to make use of nature, especially the sun. This will help you cut down on how much you pay in bills. If you've got the time and the weather is favorable, consider hanging your clothes out to dry. You can also get your vitamin D from a day lounging in the sun. Did you know that people are most likely to get depressed if they spend so many days out of the sun? Rather than spending money on antidepressants and vitamin supplements, bask in the sun. However, if symptoms persist, please consider medicinal remedies with your doctor's orders, of course. We also make sure to dry our hair in the sun and defrost what we need in the sun. If you want to take it a notch higher, you can adopt what generations before did and make sweet tea in the sun. Sun drying is still a fairly common food preservation method. You can do that for your seeds or fruits to make them last longer. If you've got windows, let the sunlight in rather than keeping your lights on. You will be grateful you did once you see your bill at the end of the month. At least, we are always pleased with what we see. Number 9. Leftovers to the rescue. We all end up spending a lot more than we had expected when it comes to food. Unless you're fasting, you will probably need about 3 meals a day to function properly. Some people decide to cut some meals out, but that might not be sustainable. Rather than making a stop at every convenience store you come across, learn to pack your own food. This will save you about $1,800 throughout the year if you don't need to buy lunch wherever you go out. It doesn't have to be an elaborate meal. For most people, a sandwich and a fruit work just fine. You can also use your dinner leftovers to switch things up and prevent food wastage. Another way we cut down on food costs is to eat at home before going away, so that we are not tempted to splurge. If you've already eaten, the most you will order are sides or a drink, which are much cheaper than a full meal. You will also avoid the concession stand at the theater or stadium and save plenty of money. Drink plenty of water before you eat to slim down your appetite. In case there is anything left over, have it packed for you to carry home. Number 8. Library first. Finding great and cheap entertainment in this day and age should not be a hustle, especially if you have a library around you. Most libraries have tried to keep up with the times and have made changes that combine technology with convenience. Before you go spending a lot of money on an item you'll only use once, try borrowing it from the library. Sometimes you might find a queue, but patience will save you a few bucks. It's rarely a death or life situation if you haven't read a book or seen a movie by a particular date. Look at the library's options, like Libby, for audiobooks, and other events the library might be holding. You can also go to your library for book readings, poetry recitals, or a classic movie showing. Most locals put up event posters in the library, so it is easier for you to find out which event you can attend or how you can get involved in your community to boost your social life. Number 7. Use apps to save. There are so many apps on the scene that will help you with your financial status. Most of these help you save on groceries or get your cash back. Rather than spend 9.5% of your disposable income on food like most families, look into apps like Walmart, Fetch Rewards, and Safeway to make the most of their coupons and other deals. You can also get apps to save you plenty of money at the fuel station. These include MapQuest and Fuel Buddy. There are also apps to help you save when you're buying clothes, like Retail Me Not, ThreadUp, and Ibotta. We are always using technology to help us keep frugal, and apps are an easy way to do so. We also have money trackers to keep us accountable on the go and help us stick to our budgets. Over 83.4% of the world's population owns a smartphone. Chances are you are within that statistic. Use that gadget to help you save money by getting those apps. Number 6. Buy supplies in bulk. Bulk shopping is something we swear by, especially where there is a sale or a good deal going on. It helps to stock up on things you use often, like dry foods, toilet paper, and utensils. Even though you won't use all the utensils, you can slowly gift them to your friends with big events during that time. That way you'll save on gifts and utensils. It's always a good practice to stock up on food when you can. You won't have to make abrupt grocery runs in the middle of your cooking, and you'll save on transport and grocery money. Once you make those purchases, you won't have to worry about them for months, and you can live stress-free for a while as you save up your money. Number 5. Split the cost. You don't have to pay for everything yourself. While you think this might make you look rich around your friends, it's making you broke. Everybody understands how tough the economy is. When you go out with your friends, agree to split the bill like we do. You could also agree to share the meal if the restaurant you go to is known for big servings. You can also do this for your accommodation and transportation. Move in with a roommate so you can share the cost. Agree to carpool with your friends, especially if you have the same destination and live within the same neighborhood. If you and your roommate are impressed with a fashion piece, buy it together and alternate or simply borrow from their wardrobes. Splitting the cost is a good way to save money, but you could go as far as bartering your skills for a service. Go tutor a friend in exchange for a concert ticket. If you have your home garden, you can barter some of your produce for something else. Food is always a hot commodity on any market. It's important to find ways that will help you save money while getting what you need. Number 4, buy quality always. As frugal people, we would rather invest in quality items that we would buy once in years over the disposable ones that we are replacing every other month. Don't get a mattress that will fail by the end of the year or a couch that seems to come apart after 3 months. Quality products usually cost a little bit more, but if you consider the cost of replacing the poor quality items, it is better to go with the quality products. When you go browsing for sneakers, make sure you get those that will go for several years. Unless you're a child, your foot is not really going to outgrow whichever shoe you pick out. Aside from your clothes and your furniture, this also works for your appliances. Hold on to the warranty that comes with the appliance so that you can claim on it if something goes wrong within that time frame. Buying quality also applies to your food products. Pay the price now so that you are not constantly paying for going cheap with numerous trips to the hospital. One of our many slogans as frugal people is quality first. Number 3, get a smaller home. Bigger spaces make it easy for you to spend more. You've got to buy the latest couch and a giant fridge just to fill the space. And that's not counting your upstairs living room and kitchenette that might need the same features. To do away with all this, Frugal Living advocates for downsizing. Get a smaller home that matches your family and your lifestyle. Rather than spending plenty of money maintaining a mansion, move into a studio apartment, especially if you like to travel and are rarely at home. If you don't have any kids yet, enjoy that freedom in a 1-bedroom house and adjust as the need arises. Smaller homes are also easier to organize, so you know what you've got and can avoid double buying. You can always take inventory of what's in your wardrobes, your pantry, and your fridge before you go shopping. Cleaning is also easier and cheaper since you are not emptying your savings on cleaning supplies. You also don't need a lot since it will crowd the room. Because small spaces should be maximized for functionality, we buy things that are dual purpose. This could be like an ottoman that can be used as a coffee table and storage, or couch beds in case of visitors. You can make your small home feel like heaven on a budget. Number 2, budget. Any financial advice worth its weight in salt comes down to budget, budgeting, and budgeted. You need a budget to run your money just like you had a class schedule to manage your time. Money is as fickle as a teenager and will go where you didn't intend it to if you don't lay down the law. The budget is law. Knowing where and when to make payments reduces financial-induced stress. With a plan, you'll stay on top of your bill payments, debt repayments, and general spending. We always make sure to take off our savings first. You will be able to spend the rest without worrying about a rainy day. Some people have rations for it, like the 20-80, where the 20 is for savings and the 80 is for everything else. Others have the 20-50-30 rule for savings, necessities, and luxuries respectively. Find what works for you so that you are not tempted to cut corners with your budget. Make sure you are getting all the big and necessary spending out of the way before you go splurging on an impulsive shopping spree. Before we get into number 1, make sure to check out the links in the description for our best recommendations to boost your savings. Number 1, stay healthy. Thomas Fuller once said, "Health is not valued till sickness comes." That is mostly true for the rest of society, but frugal people are not waiting around for that. It is expensive to be unwell. Doctor's appointments, medication, unproductive days, and sick leave, particular foods, and isolation. All of these sort of eat into your financial well-being. Therefore, we opt to stay healthy before it takes a chunk out of our accounts. And being healthy doesn't have to be expensive and boring. We mind what we eat and create fun, healthy recipes with cookbooks and the ingredients we have. We make the decision to cut out harmful products before the conditions worsen. That means we are conscious about our skincare products and processed foods. Exercise is top of our list, And this shows up as a walk around our neighborhood or a friendly match with friends. Because we are frugal and have eliminated so many distractions and clutter, we are able to keep a peaceful environment that makes it easy for us to rest. When you decide to be healthy, make sure it is wholesome. Health is more than your physical appearance, and every facet is worthy of some TLC.